back to it's time to leave. It's time to leave. I'm Drunken Dan.
You know, I was kind of looking at that clip, and I couldn't help but think, among other things, what a weak piss baby slap.
Hold on, that was actually going to be part of my transition. Jesus Christ, fuck!
Oh.
I was going to talk about something else that was stupid and transition into it. Damn it!
I mean,
okay, we're already here. We'll go back to the other thing, and then the joke's ruined. But whatever.
Yeah, but I got to insult Will Smith's pimp hand for being weak and ineffectual.
I mean, yeah, it was weak. It was about as weak as Chris Rock's comedy career.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is kind of the problem with the Oscars, is they keep putting comedians and actors up there to talk.
Comedians in quotes.
Technically, he is paid to tell jokes, whether or not those jokes are funny. Well, might not. I mean, they're jokes. They're not funny, but they're jokes.
I guess the joke is that he's discount Eddie Murphy with a loudspeaker lodged in his throat.
I mean, but anyway.
Tell me that I'm wrong.
I don't know. As I said, I don't really care, because every time I've heard Chris Rock do his routines, I've gone. I'm sure. I mean, everyone else is laughing. All these other people are laughing, or at least the canned laughter is laughing. What am I supposed to do?
Well,
it ain't funny.
Some people are easily amused by someone talking very loud. But I mean, that's his only volume, because he's got loudspeakers lodged in his throat.
So anyway, it's like I didn't actually want to talk about the whole thing itself.
I do want to make fun of two things with Chris Rock, though.
Go for it.
So one, obviously he immediately went to take advantage of this by raising ticket prices to all the shit he already had. Like from like $40 to like $100 something. The other one was he's like, well, you see, the thing is, I have autism. That's why I'm like this. And I was like, okay, cool. How about I slap you now? All right, cool. I want to slap you now. Let me slap you. I'll show you how a slap actually is. In fact, it might be a little bit more than a slap. I might be beating you on the ground for a little bit. And before anyone says, no, don't pick on him. Pick on someone your own size. I'm 5'6". I'm in size.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. I mean...
You're 5'6"?
Yes.
Wow, I'm taller than you.
I told you I'm short.
I feel better now.
He's mega manlit.
I feel better about myself now.
Nobody's really... I'm gonna wait till everyone's closer to fight range before I turn on the,
I didn't super want to talk about what happened, because
that was really all I really wanted to say. That was it.
I was just meaning that what actually happened was a completely stupid thing that's already salted, and who gives a fuck? Like, why are we still talking about that specifically?
I'll tell you why, because some people who have lived really privileged lives were somehow really shocked by
because what I do want to talk about is why the Academy is absolute horseshit for the umpteenth time, and should just be destroyed. I was thinking on it, right?
I mean, I feel that same way with every award show.
Yeah, but I was thinking on it, right? I was thinking, why don't we give plumbers an award show on the same grand scale as the Oscars? Because the main difference between a plumber and an actor is a plumber is actually doing a job that's beneficial to society. Like, they remove the shit. Hollywood just increases the shit.
Also, actors are generally better looking, but you know.
Yeah, but I don't care. No, it's not a matter of looks.
Although I've seen some plumbers that have been pretty jacked, so you know.
And you've seen some actors who are fuck ugly.
We provide a service,
That's true.
Man.
Yeah, we can't say actors. We can't say actors are attractive when Ron Howard's brother is still lurking around in the shadows.
But we provide a service, man. They don't understand. It's a service.
I always remember when DiCaprio won his Best Actor for, was it Revenant or whatever it's called? The one where he gets mauled by a bear or something. Anyway, the only reason I bring this up is that because he got up on stage and he made his big grandstanding appeal of climate change is a serious problem. And climate change is a serious problem, and we do need to do something about it, but I don't want to be told that by a man who went to this award show in his private jet.
Yeah.
And it's that exact kind of thing, if people get up there and they have the audacity to grandstand on these kind of really hot, like, important social issues at the same time doing either nothing to help or doing actively contributing to the problem. It's like you can't complain about like the gap between or wage gap or in modern society when you live in LA or you're working in LA, which has probably one of the largest disparities between rich and poor in America.
And before anyone goes, well then how would he get there? How about you just take like a normal plane?
Or bus.
Or a bus.
Or any number of other ways that weren't like a private jet.
Like you could literally use like a jet that people are already on to fly into LA.
I know a guy who's a private pilot, and the stories he tells me about like his rich clients are just horrifying.
I'm sure.
Hey,
I don't mean that with an ounce of sarcasm. I'm just like, I'm sure.
Like they want to smoke on the plane, and it's a $3,000 fine for anyone to smoke while in an open aircraft, even if it's their own private plane.
Yeah.
And they'll just slap it down on the counter, like, here, I'm paying the toll. I'm gonna smoke on this plane.
Hey, you want to hear like a bunch of fucked up stories about famous people on a private plane? You should look up the episode of Dark Side of the Ring about the plane ride from hell.
I fucking knew it.
That shit's fucking.
I knew it was gonna be the goddamn plane ride from hell. You're not wrong.
I mean, at least when Elvis took his private plane to go on a sandwich run, he treated the guys with the sandwiches.
I mean, he also wasn't grandstanding, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, someone who's doing something that's kind of dickhead, like something like that, where I'm just kind of like rolling my eyes at. At least it's just a normal roll my eyes instead of like, and now I'm going to tell you about the effect. No, you are not the person to do this talk right now. But fuck award shows of all kinds. Fuck them all. I hate them all. Let them all burn.
I've never seen an award show that wasn't obviously rigged.
I mean, yeah.
Like, as I repeatedly say, we always have...
Just as a reminder for the audience, this is an old one. Like, if you want, probably my favorite example of it is this is the exact moment when I was a kid. I realized all award shows were bumpkus. And this is a really dumb one. It was the fucking Kids' Choice Awards in the 90s, where it was like best animated kids show or something like that. And two of the things up for running were Rugrats and Pokemon at the height of Pokemon's popularity, and Rugrats won the Kids' Choice Awards.
Yeah, I was gonna be like they weren't gonna let some Japanese merchandising thing win.
Especially not Nickelodeon when it's not on their network and it's their award show.
To be fair, I mean, I know Pokemon was huge back then, but honestly, I would have given it to Rugrats. Was probably a better story. Just saying. Rugrats had a couple episodes.
But the idea was that the Kids' Choice Award was that they were voting for it, and I'm like,
I know the Kids' Choice Awards. The kids would probably vote for Pokemon, but I'm just saying. I think Rugrats probably.
It's your opinion. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, realistically, that's nonsense. For the time frame and kids, quote-unquote, being the voters, nah.
Rugrats had some episodes that were pretty messed up.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I don't hate Rugrats. I'm just being realistic here. If you're giving the keys to the kids, as you claim, and you're at the height of Pokemon's popularity, there's no way in hell.
Everyone seemed to, like, resent Pokemon at some level, like when it first came out. They're like, "Why is this so popular? This is some merchandisable Japanese thing."
That was just adults, honestly. I didn't really see kids doing that.
No, I think American companies felt threatened by it.
Oh, American companies? Oh yeah, they were.
Because that was like the first big foreign thing that was huge. Because this was before. This is probably what started the eventual anime boom of the
honestly, it's
2000s.
A big
definitely contributed.
Yeah.
Until then, it was either nothing or like something that was so Americanized most people didn't.
It was either like Project Aika that you found like in the back alley of a fucking like video store, or it was Robotech.
Robotech or Voltron.
Yeah.
Which most people didn't realize was even.
If we're talking what made anime big, then it's a combination of Pokemon and Dragon Ball.
Yeah. If we're gonna go down the whole rabbit hole, it's Pokemon.
Well, technically Dragon Ball had been airing for a while. It's not until it by Cartoon Network that like
Yeah,
I
but
started watching it.
that was my. Yeah, I mean, obviously,
I
Dragon Ball
remind,
wasn't.
I remind you, the original run of Dragon Ball got canceled like midway through an arc.
Yeah. But yeah, those were like the big, because Pokemon got big, and then the other networks were like, hey, let me get an anime. Because what was funny is UPN actually had Pokemon and Dragon Ball. They would air together, and then Pokemon, the rights got bought out by Warner Brothers, and then Dragon Ball eventually got bought out by Cartoon Network. And then like Cartoon Network bought up other ones, but they got up their hands on Sailor Moon, Tenchi. We know the rest of the story.
And then networks just stopped airing, you know, anything for kids that weren't on dedicated kids channels.
Yeah.
Like you don't see like, you know, Fox Kids Morning or
Yeah.
whatever Channel 11 had anymore. It's just like, you want to watch cartoons? Click on Cartoon Network
Or Nickelodeon.
or Nickelodeon or Disney.
Well, I mean, these days, if you want to watch cartoons, watch on the streaming service.
Yeah.
No one watches TV anymore.
Yeah, Saturday morning cartoons kind of died as we were hitting our late teens, getting into college. That was like when Saturday morning cartoons pretty much just gone at that point. But yeah. Anyway, award shows are shit. that's the crux of this.
I mean, I'm putting it more. I mean, I'm putting it more as the specifically Hollywood is shit, and we should
yes.
and we should destroy them all.
Hollywood is becoming so well. I mean, I guess irrelevant is.
I've thought about it, and like I can't remember the last time that Hollywood put out a movie that I was like, oh yeah, I really want to see that. Not in the sense of like, yeah, I kind of want to see that, and then usually I don't.
Like, perhaps irrelevant is not the, but there people are like Hollywood is losing its glamour.
It's because
minor streaming things and or foreign stuff like Squid Game is like starting to rival it.
Oh, that was another one that I know got. Even though I don't care for Squid Game, that was another one that I know got snubbed at one of the award shows. And I was
yeah.
And I saw it, and I was like, even though I don't like Squid Game, I was like, that's kind of bullshit.
I remember Parasite won an award for something. And like they cut them off mid-speech, killed the mic, cut the lights, and throw the curtains, and the audience booed.
It was best foreign picture because we had to create a category precisely so they could. It's like how they created best animated picture precisely so no animated picture could be nominated for the best picture.
Yeah, there was a there was a speech.
Because the Disney ones were winning, and they didn't want to keep losing the.
There's actually like a speech too. Apparently during that award show where they were like, yeah, cartoons are that thing that kids love and adults like deal with basically, or something like that, along those lines.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, cool, I get it, Hollywood. You're offended by cartoons because your shit sucks.
They don't like anything that's not directly in their direct control / is basically a fault like
they see it as competition.
Well, it's not even necessarily that. It's just it's just like they're kind of stuck in the 30 studio system mindset a lot of the time.
Yeah, even though we're almost in the next version of the 30s, which is kind of hilarious and depressing to think about it.
Yeah, that's just the passage of time. But my point is
that their mentality's still there in that.
The mentality's still there, because that's where all the money was set up.
Yeah, it's basically where all of these studios got their big break, and until basically COVID, they had no reason to change anything.
Yeah, now COVID. I mean, COVID accelerated the push to try and branch out of the, California area for production, because they're like, well, the whole place can get shut down, then we can lose everything. There's already like a bunch of things being set up in Georgia right now, I think.
That's because Georgia has a lot of good tax breaks.
Yeah.
True.
That's. That Swamp Thing show that didn't even get to air its first season before it got cancelled.
It got canceled because the guy didn't do what he was told to by the studio.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, then we're not giving you another, because he was told. I think for whatever reason he was told to he wanted to make it like a serious show, and he was told to make it not
comic booky.
Comic booky, and he was like, yeah, okay, and then he did what he wanted, and the studio saw it, and they were like, this isn't what we ordered you to do at all, and he's like, well, it's too late to change it, so they're like, okay, you're canceled.
Yep. But I was mostly mentioning that because I know that got a huge amount of tax breaks from filming in Georgia. Georgia wants to be the Vancouver of the South.
Yeah.
I mean, Georgia's pretty nice up and down there.
I don't have anything specifically against Georgia.
It's above Florida, so you know.
Does have that going for it. But anyway, so the other thing I just want to briefly poke fun at, and by poke fun at, just be kind of, I guess, I felt nothing. So I watched the Injustice movie finally.
Oh yeah, you did mention that.
Yeah. So if I was to summarize it, it's definitely like a mix of the comics, the movies, and then some of its own stupid shit. It's just so like literally the last part I felt anything was when the Flash died, and I was just laughing at the schlock, and I was actually like, oh yeah, this is gonna be terrible. I love this. And then the rest of the movie, I was just kind of bored. Like it wasn't bad enough for me to laugh at, and it wasn't good enough for me to enjoy. I was just sitting there looking at the time go by, and just wondering, and just being like, oh, I still got like 45 minutes of this left.
You didn't pay for this movie, right?
No! I just used, my brother has a HBO account that I can use,
Okay.
so I didn't even pay for it, you know, in any
Alright, good,
sense.
it's like double piracy.
Yes. So I paid $0 for it.
It's like One Piece chapter 1044.
But,
There's no joke to that, I just wanted to mention.
I just say, if there's a joke,
No.
I get it, but
yeah, I was waiting for a joke.
No, I just mentioned it because for reasons 1044 was like trending for like a day.
Oh yeah, I do know the reasons, but yeah, I'll you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it because I know people who.
Yeah, same here. I got friends who haven't, and I actually was gonna ask their opinion on it. We've been talking about it after recording because I'm not a One Piece fan, so I was curious what their thoughts would be on it, but they're not there yet either. I was very vague on it, where I was like, hey, people are reacting to this new thing in One Piece. Have you seen the most recent thing? And they said no. They said no, but I can guess it's this. And I was like, no, that's not it. Tell me when you've read it. Because then I'm morbidly curious.
When you know, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, there's not even really anything really funny for me to point out. I think probably one of the funnier bits was their Wonder Woman's like, hey, wait a minute, you just killed all those kids. Hold on a second, this is stupid.
That's my job.
That's not what we're supposed to do. Wait a goddamn minute. That's about like. That's like one of the changes they did. Then there's of course Plastic Man's. Plastic Man's funny because like he's in the movie for a little bit, then they forget about him, then they remember he exists again. Which I guess is better than what happened to the Huntress, who didn't even get a voice line, and she doesn't die or anything. They just forgot that she exists. Like she's for the fight in the Fortress of Solitude, and she gets away along with everyone other than Green Arrow, and then she's just not there for the rest of the movie at all, or mentioned.
Was the Fortress of Solitude guarded by polar bears, though?
No.
Oh, shame.
There was a continuity error that I noticed that.
Those polar bears are the fiercest killers in the animal kingdom.
It's true.
Yeah.
The funniest thing that was probably one of the funnier. There was a number of continuity errors. There was like one bit of animation where during the Arkham fight where the character started moving at like this weirdly slow frame rate. Not like a stylistic one. It just looked weird. It looked like, you know when you're playing a video game and something's being rendered from a distance and it's rendering at like lesser than like 30 FPS and you can see that? It was like that. Where it's like a little jarring.
Or as I like to call it, the Pokemon Legends Arceus frame rate.
Yes, for the entirety of this game. It was like... But like there was like another continuity error when the two Supermen were fighting, where I saw that the normal universe Superman had like some blood on his face for like a second, and then it was just gone for the rest of the scene, which was weird. And I don't quite understand what that was about. I mean, if I want to make fun of a stylistic thing, everybody in that movie has like these black lines on their knuckles that make them look like they all have knuckle tattoos, and I don't quite understand it. I know it's supposed to be shading, but it's not good. And it's just like...
just like Knuckles.
Eh.
Unlike Sonic, he does not chuckle. I assume none of us have seen that, by the way.
No, I've not seen it.
Okay, good.
But yeah, that's kind of all I have on that, because it was just very aggressively meh. I mean, to be fair, I was pissed off at the whole using autism as a shield thing, so my threshold was fairly high at that point. But at the same time, I don't even think like it was nearly as stupid as just regular injustice. So but because it wasn't as stupid, I wasn't as like I was just felt nothing. Like I wasn't mad, I wasn't entertained, I was kind of bored. I think that was the reason why I started looking. I think that's why I was looking for continuity errors and shit like that, because I was just so fucking bored. I don't look for that stuff typically.
Fair. I still have no desire to see the Injustice movie.
I don't recommend it. It was, like I said, it was boring.
Oh no, it's like there's only like one or two like new DC animated movies that I have liked of the ones that I've seen.
Like, the most entertaining bit is just the terrible death of Flash. That is really stupid. Because it is so schlocky that it made me laugh. And that was the last moment in the movie where I felt anything at all because it was funny. Not good, just funny. But yeah, that's really it. And yeah, originally that was going to be the transition. It was mentioning that I was probably more pissed about the Chris Rock thing, and then we would make fun of that, and make fun of the award show as we usually do, and that was going to be the transition.
Yeah, you can tell us about your alternate timeline bad thing some other day.
I'm already dead, you bitch!
Meanwhile, in the best timeline, I got to make a hilarious joke.
What hilarious joke?
Chris Rock.
That's just a sad joke.
Oh, I find it funny. I find it hilarious.
No, you want a hilarious joke? Chris Tucker.
Who? Who?
Perhaps they're the same guy.
I don't know who you're talking about.
One could never know. I mean, Chris Tucker was in actually really funny movie though, so you know, you guys give him that.
Which one?
Rush Hour.
Oh.
But
I haven't actually seen Rush Hour.
It's a good movie. I like it.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
But
I thought that was Chris Rock for like the longest time, and it's like it's Chris Trucker, and I'm like they both are named Chris.
Chris Trucker.
And they both.
I'm sorry, but because you said that, it just reminds me of what was it? Me and a friend the other day were just going through. So their awareness of Gundam is just the fact that I'm a fan of Gundam, and I started talking about Gundam names and just how stupid they are, and we just went down this rabbit hole of Gundam names. It was fun.
Which one was the dumbest?
I'm trying to remember which one I thought.
In their opinion.
I don't remember, because what ended up happening is we devolved because we were on W, and the whole thing devolved where I was naming different W names, and there was Wendy Hertz there, and I kept making jokes, or like I kept making this dumb joke where I kept going, listen, you shouldn't laugh because Wendy hurts. And I just kept doing that joke, so I don't even remember which one, and it evolved into making Ligma and these nuts jokes. So I don't really remember. There were a couple though. They did giggle about Full Frontal for a little bit.
Full Frontal. I always giggle about Full Frontal. I'm giggling right now.
There was something burning. I'm trying to remember his name. That was another one that was
South burning.
Yeah, that was another one. There was like somebody. It was like Texas something. That was another one that I remember that they were laughing about.
Texas Red.
Listen, you can't do that to me. I play too much Fallout New Vegas. I can hear the song in my head now.
Don't forget Elbow Smash, the only name that was too stupid even for Tokyo.
I forgot about Elbow Smash, otherwise I would have told him about Elbow Smash.
He's like, we're gonna call him Elbow Smash. He's like, Tomino, no.
But yeah, talking about that then led to the diabolical plan for when Pathfinder Kingmaker, the two second edition version hits, where she's gonna play a goblin psychic named Mind Goblin, and I'm going to play a. It doesn't matter. They're gonna be human female, and I'm not gonna put their name on their sheet yet, but their name's gonna be Wendy, and then when they ask Wendy, I then just say Wendy's nuts, and that's their name. Oh. And the picture's gonna be something like very disarming, where it's just gonna be like some cutesy looking character.
Pathfinder again is not gonna cause my computer to overload.
No, this is tabletop.
Oh, a tabletop.
Okay. I don't know if that game would still make your computer overload, considering, but I also wouldn't recommend buying it again if you've already refunded it.
You should do a Kirby-inspired RPG, and then you could call yourself Waddle Dee's Nuts.
Also, yeah, I've been playing Kirby. Kirby's really fucking good. I mean, it's Kirby. That's what I expected.
Forgot about. I forgot Kirby existed outside of Super Smash Brothers. I was like, oh right, yes, Kirby. Kirby has a franchise.
Yeah, I've been playing it since last week. It's really good. I'm very happy with it.
Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby's good. I don't remember. I kind of lost my train of thought because Kirby kind of distracted my brain at that point. Oh yeah, I guess the new Gundam thing, the teaser came out for that.
Yeah, we saw exactly one image of the Witch from Mercury.
We saw one image. We saw the model kit. We saw the robot waking up, and we saw the pilot.
The girl. It's like yes, it really is a girl pilot this time. You can all stop asking.
Unless it's not.
I'm pretty sure they've confirmed yes.
Yeah,
that is indeed a female. We are really doing that.
They confirmed it, and a bunch of neckbeards got mad about it, and I'm just like, why? Why are you mad? Who cares?
Because she's too young. They can't fap to that. They're like, oh, she's only like 14 or something.
Are you kidding me? Like, half of these people aren't fucking pedos for Puru.
That doesn't stop it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I assumed most people were, like.
I am not, because I'm not them. But I'm just saying, I know them. But, like, I saw some really weird takes about it. Like, one person was like, I can only be okay with it if, like, they do, like, the Gundam Wing thing and it's all, like, a squad of cute girl pilots.
No, I don't think so.
It's like, what?
We've got Cross Edge for that, thanks.
Also, we have that really bad fucking pixie
Yeah,
squad.
Cross Edge.
No, I'm talking about in Gundam itself. We have that.
Oh, yeah.
We had that fucking Code Fairy shit that was really bad.
Also, we have
like Moe Blob bullshit. I hated it.
Oh, we have Victory as well, I guess.
But yeah, I mean, they're all like dead. It was like someone.
They were all dead. They also weren't actually piloting anything.
Yeah. There's I made a joke about that where because someone joked because the old running gag and Gundam is like. About every pilot being every main character being autistic. They're like, yes, finally, autistic girl representation. And then one person said like, the new type girls like a word with you, and I responded with, they can't. They're all dead.
No, Sailor's still alive.
And as far as the story is concerned,
that's true.
Yeah.
As far as the story is concerned, she might as well not be.
Yeah, but she's not actually dead, so that means she wins. Just because you get forgotten doesn't mean you're dead.
So you're saying no one is ever truly gone?
Exactly.
It always comes back to that stupid joke.
I mean, Star Wars is a stupid joke, you're right.
So what you're saying is people die when they're killed.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. I do kind of like the mech's design, because I like that weird, like, red glowy shit that it does. So I'm interested. Hopefully it's good.
My only issue is that it looks like the Barbatos, the Double O, and the G Self like all mashed.
It's the same designer who did the Iron Blooded Orphan mechs and the G thing.
G-Reco.
I mean that's good because I like the Iron Blood Orphan mechs, but I was like, oh great, we're back to beam rifles and sabers. I'm gonna miss those, solid weapon-based fights.
Clubs.
Well, they weren't clubs. Some had spears, some had swords, some had like.
Clubs.
Well, only Barbatos had a club.
It's the only one that mattered.
I liked Barbatos had a club and like a giant bazooka instead of like the usual rifle and sabers, and
because it was an ogre.
It made fights interesting when they had them, which wasn't very often.
But,
Because they're often Iron Blood Orphans. They're more interested in just having everyone standing around talking. But you know, when the robots actually did stuff, they were pretty good.
Oh, you mean Gundam Wing?
Well, the Gundam Wing just had them fighting stock footage constantly. I will say, Iron Blood Orphans was very stock footage.
No, I meant more the joke on them standing around for most of it, and then.
Mostly because Higher Blooded Orphans was also just action, was very low action, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the joke more than anything else.
Oh, you mean like that 10-episode gap in Gundam Wing where nobody had any Gundams because they were all destroyed or on Earth.
And they were all in space.
They were all in space, yeah. So they just I think they flew around in like Leos and stuff.
But,
Is that like when Troa like quote unquote betrayed the Gundam pilots and then he
Yes.
got Hero in prison, and then the logical thing to do when you've got your terrorist pilot in prison, give him a new mobile suit and say you work for me now, and then just kind of assume that Scout's honor he will work for you?
Yeah.
I mean, fair play, it did work.
I mean, they did put like a bomb in the cockpit where they're like, if you try and turn on us, we'll, you know, destroy you. Except Troa was the one who was in charge of the switch, who they didn't realize, you know, wasn't actually on their side. So when Hero would like blow up mobile dolls and be like, "Oops, I missed," and Troa would just be like, "Oh, okay."
He said he missed.
He said he missed.
Therefore, he missed.
I'll allow it.
But yeah, I mean, we don't. I can't. I think it has a beam gun. I don't remember the new Gundam. I know it's got
It has a beam gun and sabers you can see on it.
Okay. I didn't really. I didn't see the weapon.
It has the traditional like 2 sabers on each shoulder.
Okay.
Like
the only thing I really saw were like this, because I was gonna say I know it has the sabers because I saw like not with the gun. I saw the kit. So I saw like the shield, the sabers, and the sabers on the back, and I saw like the backside where it looks like it has like a docking port for striker.
I mean, it has a gun. I'm assuming it's a beam rifle. It could be a solid gun.
I mean, I didn't even see the gun. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even see the gun.
I'm gonna say. I mean, we don't know what it has.
It's
a gun.
most likely gonna be a beam gun.
It's probably a beam rifle, but I mean, it could be a solid gun. I don't know. We haven't actually seen it shoot anything yet.
Yeah, but and I also saw like on the kit, there's like a slot in the back, so there's probably a chance that the series will have like striker packs and shit.
I mean, there'll probably be an upgrade too.
Yeah.
I think a better question is it going to be one season, or is it going to be split into 2, like Iron Blooded and 00 and basically everything since? Or is it just going to be 25 episodes like G-Reco was?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody knows. They don't. Literally, they're just like, oh yeah, okay. It's like, okay, you all cried because we didn't reveal anything at this. All right, fine. Yes, this is the Gundam. This is the pilot. Yes, it's a girl. Okay.
Oh.
Now forget about that and watch the G-Reco movies.
And I'm just like, but I don't like G-Reco.
Can't make me watch G-Reco.
Or watch the Iron Blooded Orphans compilation films, which
No.
You know, we already know what that's going to be like.
I don't think I will.
I don't want that. I want to know more about
play the mobile game that was developed in 2017 and is only coming out now.
No.
Which, to be fair, I mean, I would play that mobile game if I could because, you know, I like the Iron Blooded Orphans mechs, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Japan only.
Probably. But, actually it was funny though, because I was going to make fun of people reacting to it. Some other ones I saw where people were trying to say, like, that she isn't the first animated one, where they were trying to bring up Christina from War in the Pocket when she's not the protagonist at all.
She's not the main character.
Technically, her role in that story is closer to antagonist. Technically. She's not a villain.
I mean,
because none of the main characters are in that were villains. They're just people in a war and a kid.
I mean, you could say Bernie is the villain by default because he works for those filthy Zeons.
Yeah, he is a space droid, and he was part of a plan to blow up an innocent colony.
Well, he tried to move the plan so that it didn't blow up the colony. He was trying to make the colony not get blown up.
And we saw what happened to him as a result.
Yeah, he got fucking murdered.
Too good for him, I say.
He got turned into hamburger.
You should have been drawn. You should have been drawn and quartered.
See, the reason I laughed about that, Sabo, is I was talking to my friend about this last night because he was in the Gundam. Because we're talking about it, we're making fun of the reactions people were having to Piss Babies, and I brought up the Christina thing, and we talked about Bernie, and they also made reference to the fucking turned into burger joke.
That's all. Like people talk about Bernie, and then like someone in response will immediately post a picture of Brent eating a hamburger. It's like that's what he's supposed to Bernie burgers.
As opposed to the other Bernie we are aware of, who just eats burgers because he's fat.
I don't know why this is why we're talking about.
I'm gonna be like, what Bernie are you talking about?
I don't know
Bernie
why.
Burns.
I was gonna be like Bernie Burns or Bernie Sanders.
I'm giggling.
Bernie Sanders isn't fat.
Well, no, I suppose he's not. He's just old.
I was too busy, kind of like.
I mean, I can't begrudge Bernie Burns because he apparently was one of the few people in Rooster Teeth who is not messed up.
Dead and or disgraced.
Dead and or disgraced, yeah, or just irrelevant.
I was too busy chortling because for some reason the conversation we were having while Domon was destroying the Dark Gundam was just really funny to me. And while screaming, "I love you, Rain."
I love you, Rain. He says as we're talking about a man being turned into burgers.
Yes.
But does he love burgers though?
I don't know. Does Domon like burgers? I don't know.
Probably likes KFC.
Probably.
Apparently the new main Gundam from Mercury is gonna have modern modifications done to it like Barbatos did. Like they posted an image of it with like different feet and shoulders.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I kind of like that stuff in mech shit where they have like extra parts. Listen, I love the Liger Zero. The Liger Zero is my shit, and it's all about that shit.
For first season of Iron Blooded, they basically just like every fight Barbatos would go into, like a part would be different because they were just kind of patching it together as they went along. And then once they landed on Earth, they gave him like different feet.
Yes, well, best not to reminisce on Iron-Blooded Orphans unless it makes you feel sad.
No, kind of. I mean, I have all those model kits from it, so I'll just make up my own story.
Fair enough.
Blackjack and hookers.
Basically.
Yeah, what I find fun, so I know I'll never watch Iron Blood at this point because both people who didn't like it and people that liked it, when I've asked them, have all said at this point, no, Dan, you wouldn't like Iron Blooded Orphans.
You probably wouldn't like it, and I mean, I liked it, and I didn't like how it ended, so, or like hell, a lot of things. It wasn't just the ending, but like the entire second season was basically just like a mess of like I mean, I knew it was going to happen because when I saw the writer, when I saw who was in charge of writing it, which was the Aquarian Evil lady, I was like, well, she's going to fuck it up at the end because she always does. And I was right. I mean, the only thing I could say about Iron Blooded is that I thought the designs were cool. I thought the gimmicks were cool.
I think the robots were cool.
I thought the non-reliance on beam and pew-pewing and getting shot once with the beam and exploding instead of having to basically pulverize them. And even that didn't work, because the thing with Iron Blooded was that the suit's reactors were literally indestructible and were 300 years old, so no matter how badly a suit was destroyed and how horribly the pilot died, they could still technically take it and rebuild it into something. But anyway.
But yeah, basically, I just thought I'd share that bit that's kind of funny, is that I'll probably never watch it because everybody, even people that like it, are like, Dan, you wouldn't like it, don't watch it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take everybody's word for it and just not. I feel like that's a fair thing to do at this point.
Yeah. If you want a good Gundam show, just watch, Yeah, I don't know. I'll get back to you, I guess. Do
X was good.
Yeah,
Except,
watch it.
you know,
I do wanna watch
except
X.
it got canceled. But
Yeah.
you know, X was pretty good. X was pretty good. Turner was pretty good.
Turnade's good. Yeah.
I thought Double O was fine. I know everyone hates it, but I was just like, maybe I was just so burnt out from like bad mecha that I was like, this is inoffensive.
It's watchable, I guess.
But I was like, nothing happened in. I mean, it had some wasted potential, but nothing in Double O made me go, this is shit, and I regret watching it now.
Yeah. I'll be fair. That's like making fun of it. It was fairly just okay. I love making fun of it because it's fun. Because it is, but like, and it is dumb. But like, it's not like it's like kind of like you said. It's inoffensive in its stupidity. It's just kind of, you know. It's just, you know, like when I want a stupid show. Like, you know, actually, no, I think it's a better stupid show than Wing, because Wing, there's a lot of boredom before you get to the stupid. So the stupid moments are really strong.
I think Wing, even though Wing is admittedly a classic, and I do like it, I just said Wing is mostly either stupid and or boring moments with like the good parts. The good parts are very, very. Although I'd say the whole final arc is pretty good.
I still maintain that Double O does get away with some stuff, partially because one of their characters just ripped off a better show.
Possibly.
Oh yeah,
No, Aliao is literally Gowron.
I mean, I don't agree because there's some critical there, but you know, I guess he's kind of Gowron if you squint. Minus the whole, you know, obsessive crush. And wanting to murder suicide with Setsuna because Ali doesn't.
Wants to murder. Don't know about the suicide, but
No, he doesn't really care about Setsuna beyond, oh, okay, you're alive, that's cool. He's like, I'm gonna kill you now because I like to murder and kill. Whereas Gowan was like, oh, Kashim, I love you so much. Let us battle to the death and kill each other, and it will be glorious, and I will come as I die, and all that other weird stuff he said.
I don't think he said anything about coming, but I believe
No,
you.
but he heavily implied it. He would.
Come.
I mean, you see in the end of season 2 when he thinks he and Sosuke are going to like blow up together, he looks like he's ready to come.
I mean, I guess it's just the logical extreme of like NX Relina, Beastcraft. I guess I don't know.
Oh no, somehow the Relina of Double O does even less than Relina in Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that Marina Ishmael had like...
Yeah, you wouldn't think it was possible, but it's true.
To be fair, the most Relina ever did anytime she did anything was just go, Hero, do the thing. Hero goes, okay.
Well, she also takes over Oz for like a week.
Yeah, she takes over Oz for a week and, you know, does nothing with it.
Meanwhile, you're questioning, well, what's the big contribution that Marina does? She writes a song.
Thank God.
She writes a song and refuses to defend her own life under the penalty of death.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I was worried something was going to happen. You had me concerned there for a minute, I'm just saying.
It's not even like she even has like... It's not even like you can say, oh well, Relina has like romantic things with Hero, and also her brother is Miliardo. It's like Relina has fuck all reason to be there for 90% of her screen time.
Like maybe just somebody who just really liked her, I guess. I don't know.
She's there because they needed a Relina, and it's like she is also a princess of a.
She's there because they were trying to combine Wing and Seed together, and they needed a Relina. That's basically what Double O is like. What were the two properties we've had that were kind of successful? Wing and Seed. Okay, let's combine them into one thing. With some UC mixed in.
With the it's like the Gundam anniversary or something. Quick, let's just make Amuro the bad guy.
see it come.
And then they did make Amuro the bad guy.
They did
Or at
make
least
Amuro the bad guy.
Amuro's voice actor, who then also piloted a Gundam that looked just like the RX-78, and also turned into a gun cannon.
Except he used a different name, so nobody would realize it was him.
Yeah. Which gets really fucking awkward in, like, Dynasty Warriors Gundam. When you have Setsuna, or Setsuna in English is voiced by Brad Swell, who's also the voice of Amuro.
And Catra.
And Catra.
And Dierka.
Oh, I didn't know he was the voice of Dierka.
Yeah, well, because, you know, Ocean Group did all the Gundams, and Ocean Group has a relatively small pool of voice actors, so basically all of them were in something.
There was no other way. The world had to be fixed.
I mean, it's
That's
kind
one
of
way to do it.
All the rare gods are inside the fucking arcade. So I wanted to get them all together, so next turn I can just have them all just pile out and just spam shit.
you unlock Spiral. Their Spiral.
I mean, we're near the end of the game, so I have everything at this point. Because we're doing the finale of... Because it's the finale of G Gundam and also the finale of Mazinger at the same time.
The finale of G Gundam, which isn't actually the finale of G Gundam, because G Gundam's entire plot in this game
Already
is
happened.
an epilogue of G Gundam that just happens to be exactly the same plot as G Gundam. What a crazy series of events.
But with more Master Asia somehow.
It's kind of funny that just more. It's kind of funny that no one ever really goes, man, it's like we're doing the exact same thing.
This is familiar.
It's like we're still on Namek.
Namek. I'd say it never changed, but that was the problem.
Well, let's be fair. Namek only existed so Toriyama didn't have to do backgrounds.
I mean, yeah. That was why a lot of things were done the way they were done, because he hated drawing backgrounds.
It's like, it's either Namek or in the middle of a wasteland.
I still remember when I was bringing up that, and the fact that Toriyama himself said, yeah, I just do whatever I can that makes it easy for me, because I don't feel like doing work, I'm lazy. I still like when I was mentioning it to a fan, and they're like, no, Toriyama isn't lazy. Like, he literally said it himself, what do you want from me? And even, like, linking them, like, interview the Toriyama saying, they're like, no, I've already read that. Like, it's right here. No!
I mean, he's so lazy he doesn't care about his own continuity, or story,
Exactly.
or characters. Imagine being so lazy you forgot one of your main characters. That's a brand of laziness that we can only hope to aspire to.
I'm kind of jealous of it, honestly.
I mean, I gotta respect the hustle.
Yeah. Like, honestly, it's kind of impressive. It's like, wow, you got away with this.
He made lots of money out of
He
this.
became a rich man from this.
He got the kind of money that means you could get away with anything except drug deals in Japan.
In Japan.
You can get away with drug deals in the in the West for
All he has to
very
do is
low
move to the
access
States and
rates.
he can become a giant cartel leader and it'd be fine.
Problem is, I don't want to take the joke too far because I don't want to accuse Toriyama of having
Yeah,
kitty
that's kind of the end of the
kid
joke
to-
right there.
Yeah, because the problem is you don't want to just outright say, man, we're likening him to the Rurouni Kenshin author and his whole thing with kiddie porn. It's like, it's very clearly not comparable.
No. I'd rather the Kenshin guy have been into drugs, but that's not what happened, and that's not where we are.
If he'd have been in drugs, he'd have been unpersoned.
Yeah, in Japan. In Japan. But
Big in
doing
Japan.
DD4 in America, in Japan, that's just like, oh, you.
You rascal.
You little scamp. Why, you naughty boy.
Pay us lots of money so it goes away.
Oh, they didn't even have to do that. They even gave him a mural. He didn't have to pay shit. In fact, they paid him.
Oh.
You know, Brocken should be happy that he's gonna die at the hands of Koji, you know? He got it better than what's his face from Arcadia. I've literally forgot his name already. I didn't kill him with the Arcadia or like.
Oh, Mr. Zone.
Yeah, that guy. I literally forgot his name for a bit there. That wasn't even a bit. I legitimately forgot his name.
Poor Mr. Zone.
Man, he'd be really angry in the afterlife to know that. It's like, what do you mean you forgot me?
Not even my own father forgot me.
And then there's Ashura who's still alive because Ashura took the long way to get here, and I gotta wait for them to fly up at me so we can just beat them to death.
Yeah, well, it's because Ashura has to stay alive long enough for Miskine stuff to maybe happen, maybe not. Mycenae, I don't know how you managed to pronounce that fucking place. Those dumb idiots.
Those
The
guys.
You know what? I think calling someone a dumb idiot is one of my favourite, like, kind of safe for work insults.
I'm starting to really like Dum Dum for some reason.
Well, I also really appreciate Digital Dummy.
I mean, that's good. But I don't know. But recently I've taken to calling people Dum Dum.
I mean, obviously, if we're talking like not safe for work insults, then it's your cum guzzling sack of subhuman shite who doesn't even have the fucking self-worth to line my toilet bowl.
Jeez.
Yeah, I go hard on insults. It's like unlike Will Smith, I'm not happy just giving someone a light slap if I want to, make them hurt.
Well, you see, the thing is,
I go.
You know, I'm gonna be fair to Will. I'm gonna be fair to him. He didn't want to kill Chris Rock, and of course, small he is. He's a tiny bit. Again, I'm short. So you know, he probably didn't want to kill him. And also, I realized my mic was facing the wrong way. Everything picked up, but it's gonna sound really funny.
I thought that was just me.
Speaking of digital,
I wish one of you said something sooner. God damn it!
I thought that was just my headphones. That was
No!
It doesn't sound right. Okay.
Oh yeah, sure. Ask the guy who's just had he's had fucking surgery on his head to tell you about this shit.
I wasn't talking to
Yeah,
you,
I know.
bitch.
You said what about?
I
Yeah,
just had a bad connection.
I just didn't want to point out Sabo specifically. I wasn't trying to be rude, you cunt.
You stupid idiot.
Yeah, I looked up and I saw the sticker, because I have a sticker on it. So I think what happened was I must have flipped it twice, because I flipped it earlier to be the right side, and I must have flipped it the second time without realizing it.
Yeah, you sounded off, and then I think I just kind of got used to it.
But,
Yeah.
It's fine. I've done it before. I've done dumber. It'll be funny.
Yeah, at least. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll just.
One
lose
person
this
will be like, "Oh no, we're not gonna lose this."
Famous last words.
Possibly. We'll find out when I hit stop recording. Alright, Gain just blew up Ashura.
Good job, guy.
Ashura doesn't even get to fight Koji. I feel like that's funny considering he's like, "Ha! Brocken's cannon fodder!" And then Gain kills him instead of Koji. And Gain doesn't even have a big role in this game. If this was last game, if it was last game, that would mean something.
Well, actually, no. If it was last game, it wouldn't mean much because he was also just glorified cameo in X. Oh, you mean V?
V.
No, VXT. That's how it goes.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. If it was V, then yeah.
in X is also kind of the we've already done this story, but we ain't ever getting this franchise again, so we're milking it for all it's worth.
Until we don't have the rights anymore.
Basically.
I don't blame them, honestly.
Although I say this, thanks to it doing or VXT doing so well for reasons that I'm sure aren't related to people outside of Japan buying these games.
Who would do that?
Because of that, we obviously got J Decker, so it is probable that we will see more Brave stuff.
Who would import this game and play it outside Japan, though?
The real question is, will Takara finally relent and allow for Transformers? Because the main reason I can see that being an issue is because I don't even think it's necessarily Takara wanting or having an issue with the rights. I think Hasbro might be an issue in the West, because I'm pretty sure you couldn't just say have all of the Transformers characters but give them the Japanese names and then say no, it's fine, it's got nothing to do with this property Hasbro's got their mitts on called Transformers.
That's not Optimus Prime. What are you talking about?
For sure, as long as they don't technically release it in U.S. territories, which means not like 30, then
yeah,
they can't really complain.
Yeah, if it's an import only like VX and T1, it would be fine. But it would mean that 30 probably wouldn't get a scenario like 30 where you get a Steam release.
Yeah. Well, the other ones had a Steam release, but they were region locked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like an official Western release instead of an unofficial Western release to circumvent stupid copyright laws.
Yeah.
So you can feel all the joys of being a filthy pirate while also being completely legal. You've become not an internet pirate, but an internet privateer. by importing these games.
I wouldn't know anything about importing these games. Would you?
Yes, actually.
Oh.
It's not illegal to import things, you can say anything.
What?
That's why I said like it's a privateer. It's like you're doing piracy, but it's legal.
No, what I do anytime I play this game is I fly to Japan.
No, it's not. It is completely legal to import stuff.
No, it is. I'm making a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I'm
bit.
just meaning.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was meant to be comedy, was it? Oh.
Yeah, like your Rock. Life.
You should give that to Chris Rock. No, my life's a tragedy. Sabo can attest.
Yeah, sometimes I don't believe it.
But anyway,
yeah.
Dr. Hell's here, by the way. He's here, and I guess we're going to punch him in the face now, too.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Hell.
Hi, everybody! Hi, Dr. Hell. I'm here with a new Mazing! I'm going to defeat Koji today! Ha-ha! This time I really am going to do it! Are you really, though?
To be fair, in Infinity, he actually has no real desire to defeat Koji. He's just like, yeah, I'm inevitable. And then Koji's like, what if I just punch you really, really hard?
Oh, I didn't think of that one! Shit! I didn't think about the hard punch! Fuck! Damn you, really Koji Kabuto!
And that's how Mazinger Infinity ends.
I'll be back in the next movie, maybe!
Not with a big bang punch, but with a big bang whisper.
I'll be back in the next movie in another 40 years.
Takes me that long to come up with a plan!
Well, who knows? Maybe we just might never actually see anything officially Mazinger ever again now. It's been like super dead. You guys.
Maybe not. I don't know.
But hey.
Oh, Dr. Hell's still talking. My God, are you still talking?
Could be worse, I guess. It could be like some franchises that they just won't let die. Looking at you, Star Wars.
some franchises are never truly gone.
Even when we wish they were. Star Wars, the new Simpsons. Are we just gonna look back wistfully and go, I remember when it was good?
I just saw an
remember it was
image.
good. I wish it stopped.
I
years
saw an
ago.
image of like Homer bowing to Elon Musk, and I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. I was like, that's where we're at now, huh?
I understand why. It feels like companies are now determined to keep the whole meme of everyone loving Elon Musk alive, whereas everyone else has realised that, oh, he's just a arsehole cunt billionaire who doesn't give a shit about anyone except his own profit margins, like the rest of them.
Yeah.
The only difference is he's not going to get poisoned at Ukraine peace talks like at least Abramovich was.
Yeah.
Now the real question is who poisoned him. Oh well. I'm sure it will. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I just know that the majority of common people are like, man, fuck Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what he did specifically to make you all say that, but I agree.
Yeah, there are still
Although
weirdos, but I've noticed more people, yeah.
Well, I think, but I know the one thing I did remember was him doing a whole thing of, oh, give me a actual plan to solve world hunger and I'll give you a check. And then, like, I think the World Health Organization put out a plan and he was like, no, I did it in true Mr. Burns fashion. So it was like, Mr. Musk, you gonna make out that check now?
When pigs
No,
fly!
I think I'd rather keep money.
Are you gonna write the check? No.
No, I'd rather keep it.
Who
Feels
would've
bad
thought?
when, like...
What's really funny about it, though, to me, is that I remember the plan, I looked at it, and I was like, he'd still be a billionaire after doing it. And not only that, not only would he still be a billionaire, but he'd go down in history as the guy who ended hunger.
Well,
that's what's really funny to me about these rich people. It's like, wow, you're that greedy.
I'll play devil's advocate and say that the plan might not necessarily have worked, but it is one of those things of why put yourself in that position, because then it's like, well, if someone comes to you with a plan and you don't put the money forward for it, you just look like a prick.
Also,
you might as well have just...
I can't trust.
Mouth shut.
Also, I can't trust the idea of him like looking at the plan, and going, "Oh, actually, this wouldn't work." Considering he's also the guy who makes exploding cars.
I mean, exploding is probably the least damaging thing a Tesla actually does to the environment, believe it or not.
Well, yeah, but you get the idea.
I always find it funny whenever I tell people that electric cars at the moment are almost as bad, if not arguably worse, than internal combustion engine based cars, and they're like, that's not true. They're like, no, but they are though, because the cobalt you need for the batteries is in very short supply and has to be fucking strip mined from Canada. You need to then transport it to like Asia to help assemble the batteries, of which there are limited qualities or quantities, and also of course that like the power requirements for everyone having an electric car are fucking astronomical. And about the only thing that could theoretically do or cope with that are nuclear power plants, but people get a bit hairy if you say we need to build more of those.
What? So... Nuclear power? Like, pretty much.
Also, the batteries have like a 5 to 10 year lifespan. And
that's not long.
You cannot get rid of them, and because they also have pretty toxic acids, so as they break down, they spew out a whole bunch of vicious chemicals into the environment. So, electric cars are better on emissions, yes, but have significant other costs to the environment that come from their making. So that's not me trying to shit on people who have electric cars, but it's more of the people who say electric cars are the future. It's like, maybe, but definitely not in the way that they are now. I think the hydrogen-based engine is actually probably the most sort of realistic in terms of an actual solution. Well, the hydrogen engine sort of already exists, because of course it exists. Hydrogen is like the most combustible element in the known universe. The problem is that there are very few ways to store hydrogen safely because obviously it's so reactive. I did hear talk of this like experiment in, I think it was Japan, where I think they're putting serious work into the hydrogen engine and how to do it. They were talking about having like effectively almost like credit cards of hydrogen that you would put in, and they would break down. They'd be somewhat safe, and they'd be safe to sort of transmit or transport and keep. But
Interesting.
so, yeah, I think logically at the moment, with all the information that we have available, hydrogen is the more realistic alternative fuel source to petroleum. But it's gonna have to wait and see what actually comes out of it. Definitely not like the electric car in its current form. Like if they revolutionize and change batteries, maybe. But like, unless those batteries are unless like we change the kind of batteries that we're using, that's always going to come with a hefty environmental cost. On top of just, yeah, you're always going to need ridiculous power requirements, and power doesn't grow on trees. And most renewable forms of energy do not generate anything consistent with or consistently enough to keep up with modern modern life demand. So your options are nuclear or nothing at the moment. I do know there is apparently some studies going into making fusion work, and fusion would be safer than what we're using now, which is fission. So
Yeah, I have heard a little bit about that too.
we'll see. All very up in the air, and scientists are making breakthroughs / hope they're making breakthroughs, but impossible to know one way or the other yet as of yet. So who knows, maybe we're not all fucked, or maybe we are.
Only time will tell, literally.
Maybe Putin's just going to start firing off the nukes any minute now.
Certainly possible, but I don't know, I did hear a report that was like, according to Western intelligence, so which admittedly could still be a form of propaganda, but apparently a significant chunk of the nuclear arsenal he allegedly has is poorly maintained throwbacks from the Cold War.
Yeah.
And meaning that they are in states where they are just not fireable, not usable.
Oh,
And
they're
then
useful. They're not fireable. I mean, I'm sure he can detonate them in their silos, but that's certainly not going to attack his enemies. That's just going
I don't even think you can do that, because basically they have to be they can only be detonated at like specific heights, can't they?
I don't know. I thought you could just blow them up wherever.
No, they have to I think they have to be detonated at like specific heights precisely to stop them from rando detonating wherever. But a grain of salt on that one. But I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Putin will ever push the button, because, like, even more than the Ukraine, even more than the war in Ukraine is a war he can't win. If he pushes NATO far enough where they basically have to join and have to go to war with Russia, he definitely can't win. Even he must appreciate that. Like, he's even trying, in the last few weeks, he's tried so desperately to change the narrative of the war in the Ukraine to give himself an out. It's like now he's trying to bully people by threatening to turn off the turning off the gas or gas chain supplies, but you know, everyone kind of knew he was going to do that anyway.
Everyone already kind of moved to react to that.
Now all of his top advisors are apparently missing.
Well, I know his defense secretary, everyone was convinced might have actually died, because he's not been in the greatest of health anyway, and he went missing for like a few weeks, but a thing of video of him showed up, although there are a lot of talk that he might have had a heart attack. So I don't know. I mean, there's also obviously been reports that Putin himself isn't in the best of health, but that one seems a bit like wishful thinking.
I mean, he's like 70-something years old.
Yeah.
Right? Almost 70.
Something like that. He's a crazy old man is the main point, but yeah. I don't know.
If he's in poor health, then that's a problem, because then he might be like, well, I have nothing left to live for. I'm gonna die. I'm taking you all with me.
I mean, it's possible, but then you also have the fact that he does have family, and I would assume that most people would generally rather not be the one who kills their own family for shits and giggles. Because that would be it. If he presses the button, it's not to actually win. It's just to try and make sure that everyone else loses. And that's the thing with nuclear war. It's like that's why it's meant to be a deterrent. You don't win if you drop a nuke.
You don't win unless you're the only one that has nukes.
Basically,
Yeah.
That hasn't been a thing since the 1950s.
Because everyone realised, oh, if we don't have nukes, then we'll get nuked and then we'll just lose. So now everyone's got nukes, and the vague hope that, well, if we have nukes, that will scare other people from using the nukes on us. And, well, time will tell if that is an actual... The problem is with that strategy, is there's no way to know if it actually
If anyone's
going
to eventually just say fuck it and push the button.
Well, the problem is that it's a strategy you can't ever guarantee will work, because, well, if someone does push the button, nobody will be around to know about it.
True.
Or at least what will remain of human society will be so well and truly fucked that it might as well be the extinction of the species. I mean, I've spoken to a lot of people about it. They're like, "Oh, they'll kill everything. They'll kill the planet," and I was like, "No, they won't. They'll kill He'll kill humanity and a large portion of animals, but Earth will survive, and probably other species. I mean, hell, like you look at some of the extinction events that life on Earth has survived. Like I think the extinction event that led into the Triassic was like actually 95% of the Earth species died, which is a ridiculous number to consider about when it also is factoring in like insects and fish and such. So it's like even if we nuke ourselves to Kingdom Come, I'm sure something else will rise up and probably make a better go of it. Even if they just stay as creatures that live in, like mindless beasts that just, exist.
Now there are articles that are like, nuclear war wouldn't be that bad. Some of us will still survive.
No. I mean, survive, yes, but not enough for it to matter. Because it's not like Fallout where everyone will have a bunker and everyone will just hang out in the bunker for X amount of years. Bearing in mind, a lot of those bunkers are tested under certain conditions. Doesn't mean they're actually tested under what happens if a nuclear device is actually dropped. And a lot of their sort of protocols are, well, fucking ancient still.
Most of the population of Fallout are people that survive the actual bombs. People are in short supply.
So, I don't know. We'll hopefully not see.
Hopefully.
I got my bottle caps saved up if we do.
God damn it.
But also we have to bear in mind there is a difference between there are two types of nuclear devices. You have tactical and strategic. The tactical nuclear device is a small one, and
the one that gets fired off in FPSs.
Basically. Well, they're more just like, I guess what people would call dirty bombs. But the idea being that they're just small enough that, I mean, if you deploy one, it's still obviously fucking terrible, and would demand an immediate response by NATO, but it's not just the launch an ICBM and watch the world burn level of things. It would be a small-scale, small-yield nuclear device that is basically built more to, like, take out a battalion of troops than it is to blow the fuck out of a city. So, mind you want something chilling. Have you ever seen that, like, shadow from Hiroshima?
Is this the animated movie?
No. It's like an actual thing where it was like the steps outside of a bank or something. And there's just a black mark on the...
Yeah, I know that one, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a black mark, and they say that that's someone's shadow. Well, they say shadow, but it's just where the scorch mark
the outline of a human, essentially.
Yeah.
I have seen those, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a famous one that's in, I think it's called the World Peace Museum in Hiroshima. Yeah. So they were the lucky people, the ones who were close to the blast. Anyway, let's go on to happier topics, like, I don't know, serial killers or something.
Dr. Hell being
I guess
Dr.
I
Hell.
do have a slight story about that. Someone said, I was talking with people and someone said, "Oh, can you name a famous clown?" And it's bad that the first person I thought of was John Wayne Gacy. Like, that was the only famous clown I can think of who wasn't, like, obviously the Joker. Well, yes, arguably he was the Joker.
The Joker, baby.
I mean, serial killer clown.
Let's wait for the scene where he shoots Jimmy Olsen in the eye through a camera.
Showing up.
Oh yeah, was that like 2016 or whatever?
Yeah.
Where it was just...
They were just random clowns showing up and like
Yeah.
running at people and scaring.
We all thought that was the worst it would ever get.
Don't you miss those days?
Yeah, which isn't to worry about being harassed by maybe psycho clowns.
Yeah, those are better times.
So what was that? Was that just a bunch of like people who were like copycatting each other, or?
I think it was viral marketing for something, and then a bunch of people realized they could use it to just like
Be
fuck
weird.
with people.
scare the hell out of people. Yeah. Because there are videos of like clowns that just ran at people with the intent to like they really look like they were trying to mess them up, as opposed to some that just like did this creepy dance and then ran away. And there was like footage of some clown cult meeting out in the forest or something. I don't know. It was weird.
A clown cult meeting out in the forest.
Yeah, weird times.
Ah, back in the good old days before COVID.
Yes.
Now you just fit. Now you look. That was in 2016. Back then, when you'd look at it and go, "Oh my god, that's horrifying!" A bunch of clowns meeting in the forest. And nowadays, you look at it and go, "Oh my god, a bunch of people who are potentially unvaccinated meeting in a closed space."
Do you think the clown cults moved to virtual clown meetings? Do you think that's what they did?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just like a Discord group that was just called Clowning Around?
I would be called the Big Top.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they probably are all hanging. They probably all did just like move up. Maybe that was it. Maybe from cloud invasion.
What if the clowns made COVID?
No.
I know it's not. I know it's not realistically, but jokes.
You need to be very. Problem is you need to be very careful about saying shit like that.
Yeah.
Because then you get into people. Then you get into people who will sit there and tell you, okay, so here's why the Chinese intentionally made COVID.
Yep. That's the thing we've been hearing for.
It was the clowns.
Yeah.
It was just a diversion. It was the clowns.
It was
the
the
whole
clowns. It's
People
clowns.
will believe any. If people get upset enough, people will believe anything. It's like you worked in retail. You remember the horror. You remember the horrors where people knew about this virus and decided that the main thing they had to do buy toilet paper.
Yeah.
Why did they buy toilet paper? Because other people were buying toilet paper.
Yeah, the average person goes through 400 sheets of toilet paper a day.
And then their idea was, well, if other people are buying toilet paper, I guess I have to buy it too. It's, when I make the joke about when people say there's nothing to worry about, and I go, what is there that I'm supposed to not be worrying about now, though? It's literally true. That's how people think. If you say, don't panic, people's immediate response is, what is it I should not be panicking about? I'm panicking about.
It'll be fine.
What do you mean it'll be fine?
Probably. Yeah.
What's gonna be fine? What's it? Huh?
What is going on that is going to be fine?
What is it? What is it?
Nothing you need to worry about.
What's this nothing?
Just a healthy dose of some reaction content. Are they still alive?
Huh?
I said, are they still alive?
Who?
Oh, the Fine Brothers, after they tried to copyright React, and everyone was like, get the fuck out.
I have no idea.
I guess I feel like they did just get the fuck out. I hope they get the fuck out.
Maybe, I don't know, possibly. Most likely.
It's hard to tell with YouTubers because sometimes you're like, well, clearly they've crossed the line and they're just done, and then
Other ones,
they
no.
still
Clearly
go.
they learned their lesson.
Like sometimes you're like, well, it's the man literally admitted to sexting underage girls. His career's over, and it's
That
like
glitched
they're still
out.
around. Oh,
Your microphone glitched out real bad. I was like,
I was saying there are some people who have admitted to sexting underage girls who are still inexplicably around. So I don't know what it's like the
Oh.
extent of getting away. It does prove that cancel culture doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, I've been saying that for a
It's
while.
a myth.
The only way for you to really fall off is to just not produce content. No matter what you
Yeah.
do, because that's the only reason Spoony fell off, is because he stopped making shit. Spoony could have gotten away with what he
good
did
old-
and more if he just kept making videos.
It's just kind of funny to think about what he did to get cancelled, and it's like, man, that's all?
It's mild, but again,
Kind of nothing.
He would have. It's mild compared to what the shit that we've seen, but like if he
It's not like that one you...
if he just made
I'll be
videos,
gross if I say it.
if he just made videos, no, everyone would have just been like, "But the videos, doll."
No, you know what video he had to make? I never wanted to make this video,
Oh no, you don't even need to make that video.
but...
You don't even need to make that video.
No, they
but they
all-
all do it, and it's always the same
they all
video.
feel the need to make that. I'm sorry for the things that I did that maybe offended you. What is the thing that you did?
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Oh,
Honestly,
But
it's
hey.
literally the fucking South Park fucking BP oil thing.
yeah. Man, an oil slip. I remember I remember the days when that was the biggest disaster facing our climate, environment.
It's cute.
Man, this is the worst timeline.
Yeah, I told you.
We need to build a portal to the nice timeline so we can go there and kill them and take over
Take
their
over their
lives.
timelines.
Yeah,
Kill that.
they're living in the nice timeline. They're gonna be pussies.
Fine, it'll all be over when CERN switches back on.
Oh,
Yeah, whenever that is.
Yeah, I have no earthly idea.
Apparently it's like in May, which was supposed to be yesterday, but then they changed their... And there were people saying that once CERN reactivates, they'll close the time loop or something, and we'll all be transported back to 2012 to avoid all this.
Oh, hurry up
2012.
already! Come on! Time's a wasted! Literally.
Oh, because it was a 10-year time loop.
I don't want to go back 10 years. I just want to. Let's just go to the other dimension where everything's nice. Fuck this place.
If I don't wake up tomorrow and look at my fucking calendar and it's changed, I'm gonna have to fight someone.
Well, Chris,
It's not tomorrow. It's the beginning of May now.
Okay.
'Cause
okay.
they keep pushing
Well,
back
if,
the
in
timeline.
May, if it doesn't happen,
Because they know.
well, yeah, they definitely know. Just like that one pastor who knew the apocalypse was coming.
Well, it's because CERN knows people
Which
are
one?
onto this. So they keep pushing the date back.
Which one? Yes.
I mean, lots of pastors have declared the apocalypse is
Yes.
happening. Man, it must feel really shitty if you're like one of those people who's like gone big on it and go, yeah, this guy, he's legit, and then when you're all just hanging out on that mountaintop waiting for oblivion to
Alright,
begin.
we're gonna die any
And
minute
he-
now.
Yeah, any second now, the Lord Almighty will make his glorious return and will be taken to greener pastures. Any second now, any second now.
I don't think they're coming.
Any minute now.
They're just SpongeBob
I
transition.
remember there was a video of that one guy who like wholeheartedly believed that, and like he went to Times Square like waiting for the world to end at like 6:30 on a certain day, and
Yeah, I think that's the one
no,
I
it
was
was 6
talking
o'clock
about.
on a certain day. Yeah, and well, but he wasn't the pastor. He was just one of the believers of him.
Ah, okay.
And he went down there, and like people were filming him, and then the 6 o'clock happened, and he was just like looking around and looking at his watch, and everyone was like, "We're still alive."
Yeah, I think I've seen
No,
that
I
footage.
didn't adjust it for daylight savings time.
Ah!
Internet historian did a video on that, so
Yeah, I've seen that video too. It's a pretty good video. But yeah, it's funny the shit people will believe. And by funny, I mean depressing.
Yeah, well.
By depressing, I mean no. Actually, I mean that.
I mean, I mean, people will believe anything, especially if you say it often enough. It's like now people convince themselves that Batman Forever was a good movie.
I think you're right on that one because I made a joke about it and people were like, "What? It's good." And I was like, "Wait, that wasn't what I was expecting the reaction to be. This is a bit where you're supposed to be like, fuck you,' as soon as I say it."
I wouldn't call it good. I would say it's
Or are you gonna? Yeah, you're gonna say, well, it's not the worst Batman movie, and then you're gonna remember, yeah, that is quite a fucking. It's quite a asterisk that you have to put on that.
I mean, it isn't the worst Batman movie, but you know, there are worse, like Batman and Robin.
I still think, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I think Mask of the Phantasm is the best Batman movie.
The only one I like more than that
doesn't
one
count.
is Batman Beyond, but they're both good movies. That's like the only one that I like more than Mask of Phantasm.
That's just DCAU. That doesn't count. Of course, that's going to be better than the actual movies. That was like a once in a lifetime
Yeah,
miracle that will never recur.
Mask of the Phantasm is especially notable because that
It's
had
also
everything again.
Also, Mask of Phantasm is also DCAU. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know. I said that's why they don't count.
Oh,
They shouldn't count.
They don't. Oh, okay.
Why
I
they're
disagree
too
with
good,
you.
they spoil it.
We're not allowed to have this kind of quality.
No.
Oh.
Come back, Paul Dini, come back. You were the chosen one. You were meant to save us from the trash.
I mean, Young Justice was okay. Okay to good. So you know, it's not like all DC properties that aren't the DCAU are bad.
I mean, I still like Batman, Superman, Public Enemies.
Yeah, I didn't say that they were all bad. I just was saying that I think Mask of the Phantasm is the best Batman movie.
Yes, and all I said was I think it's my second favorite because I like this movie a little bit more. Is pretty much it.
And everyone will I'm sure everyone will disagree and tell us why Batman '89 or The Dark Knight or The Batman or maybe even Batman v Superman are the best Batman movie ever made, and we can shut our fucking whore mouths.
What about Batman Returns?
There's a oh no, Batman Returns is a movie that I have a complicated thing with because on the one hand it's like there are definitely parts of it I like, but then there's a lot of parts of it where it's like either just way too self-indulgent with the German expressionist shit, or it's just like kind of not really Batman. I don't know. It's complicated. It's the kind of movie that I enjoy, but I'm struggling in sort of modern days to say it was good.
Or what about Batman 68, whenever they made the Adam West Batman movie?
Do you know what? I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I mean, it's about what you'd expect. If you've seen the Adam West Batman show, it's basically that, except with, like, a little better budget.
Slightly higher budget.
Slightly better budget, and by that I mean they could afford a helicopter and a boat instead of just a Batmobile.
And
I know they use I know they use the helicopter in like episodes of the series after that, but they just use stock footage of the movie, and then just like, you know, them dropping in like they were coming out of the helicopter. But no, they only used they only actually shot footage with the helicopter in the movie.
Oh my god. I was really worried that I wasn't going to be able to beat him within the 7-round limit, And using love, Allenby can fucking kill Dr. Hell. Thank God.
Makes sense that love would kill him.
You know, I don't think Allenby's
yeah.
the one he would hope would murder him, but here we are.
I mean, you never know with Dr. Hell.
Maybe he's into that.
Just be sat wondering, is it possible for a mech to give you a panty shot?
Yes.
Apparently,
yes.
His last word right there for getting blown up by Allenby is, "I will never forget this humiliation." I can't believe Dr. Hell is now just gonna keep coming after Allenby.
Yeah, well...
Well, he's dead. I guess he's not coming back. You know, until the next game.
Yeah, until the next time he comes back.
Yeah, he does that. He's totally dead this time. Right, guys?
Technically, it's another Dr. Hell.
Hush you!
You see, it's infinite Dr. Hells.
Correct!
From across... we need to know into the Dr. Helliverse.
Oh my god. Hello, Koji. I don't really have any other jokes for that movie. That was all I had.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing, is I can't really think of anything, like, even though I like the movie, I can't think of anything, like, super quotable to make fun of, so... I probably need to rewatch it again semi-recently, but, you know, lazy. I got other shit to do, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Axis isn't gonna fall and destroy the Earth.
That's good.
This time,
wait,
anyway.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
no, you said Axis isn't going to destroy the Earth. That's bad.
Oh. But I was trying to save the Earth from Axis destroying it.
Why do you want something to fall on the Earth? Are you some kind of space noid?
Yeah, are you? Train?
No comment. No comment.
Sabo. Sabo, I think.
I'm not trained.
No.
Maybe I'm not trained. Maybe I'm trained.
No. Come over here where he can't hear us, I think this entire time Train's been lying and he's actually a space noid. We're gonna have to take care of him.
The whole time.
We're gonna have to fucking take care of this problem, you know?
Alright. Yeah, ready the colony gas.
Yeah, get it ready. So anyway, Train, how you doing?
Fine. Just standing here, not breathing.
That's good. Keep doing that.
Little do they know they've fallen into my brilliant scheme of I don't want to live on this planet anymore, so if they kill me, I'm free. Oh, dang it.
They kill me, I win.
If I win, I die. If I die, I win!
He's the Joker.
See
if you kill me, I win.
I'm just saying, I ascribe to the Belkin style of conflict resolution.
You didn't win.
Yeah. Either I win, or I will nuke everyone until nobody wins.
I mean, Ace Combat Zero,
especially.
Ace Combat Zero is definitely a option that we could play after we're done this. We are near the end of the game.
Everybody loves the Belkins.
I think there's like 2 more fights and then it ends. So I think it's the not real final fight and then the actual final fight.
I can only hope.
And then we'll finally be free of Robot Wars T.
Oh, I guess while we wait for like the final this bit to guys, I can ask you, Sabo. Did they just not know what to do with like Star Trek TNG for the movies? Because my friend is rewatching some of TNG, and it got me thinking about what a shit show Generations was.
Apparently it was a combination of a lot of problems with Generations.
And also Nemesis, and then also Insurrection, and also Nemesis.
And also Nemesis, so the only one that I actually got right was First Contact.
Yeah. What was even the point of making is his name Shinzon, a clone of Picard, other than... Because like never actually comes up, does it? They're just like, yeah, he's the clone. And I guess that's it.
Yeah, I guess that was it.
Like, it just, I was thinking on it, that never comes up, which feels really weird to, like, make it so your villain is a clone of your main character. And then that's just not relevant.
It's just because, I don't know, I guess because Picard's always like, I'm all alone now because my family is dead.
Yeah.
And I never had a family, and now I'm too old to. And they're like, well, here's a clone of yourself.
Also, I'm pretty sure Nemesis had the misfortune of giving Patrick Stewart creative control / freedom, which is never a good idea.
Yeah, that's why he had the scene where he just drives around in a dune buggy.
Yeah,
because he just wanted to.
You know
do
that scene in, Extras where he talks about like this whole like self-indulgent like sex thing he wants to be part of? I'm not entirely sure that was in the script.
Honestly, probably not.
I think they just recorded Sir Patrick Stewart. Put it in the show.
The way they should edit, they should have had that and edit in the scene. In that one scene from that one movie where he's just screaming, "You motherfuckers! I'm gonna kill all my lilies!"
Ah, yes, your favorite quote.
I thought the best Patrick Stewart quote is, "Come sit down and have some vodka."
If I ever would, like, it's a shame that I don't main any characters in the video game named Lily, because it would be a great gag. I mean, technically, if I wanted to be go full weeb, I could say Yuri technically means water lily, but that's
That sounds like some Moonspeak to me. We don't want none of them Chinese cartoons around here.
What? Fuck.
You heard.
See, the worst part is I grew up in a house that was pretty racist towards Asian shit, so they just thought everything was Chinese.
Oh.
So it's like that's shit that I've heard people say before. So I'm just like, what?
So you've heard people say unironically.
Yes. That's why I had that kind of reaction to it, where I was just like, no. Like, you didn't get the usual when you say something really horrendous where I laugh and go, ha ha, no, don't do that. No, I've actually heard that one a number of times.
I mean, I think most people have probably heard that exact remark, considering it's a pretty infamous,
Possibly.
I don't know what you call it. Slur? No, it's not a slur. Derogatory remark? I don't know.
I guess. I don't know the exact word for it. Oh, look, there's Domon's dad. I didn't really have anything else to add.
Yeah.
There's Domon's dad. Also, I'm mesmerized as I'm waiting for the cutscene to end by the sheer skill of Amuro putting his muzzle ahead of himself in the perfect position for him to fire.
I know, right?
That's new type power right there.
No, it's the power of the Gundam's ridiculous shapeshifting.
This is why Grandpa Gundam's actually
like when they
strongest one.
It's like when they go to grab it, but suddenly like its head is too small to hit.
Like, hold on, stop doing that! Stop using your weird shapeshifting powers. That's why it had to be destroyed by the end, because otherwise it might start consuming the universe.
Yes.
Fuck the Getter Emperor. Granddaddy Gundam would have ended us all.
I mean, there's an argument to be made that Granddaddy Gundam is Ideon.
Nah, it's a gym. It's a very angry gym.
Goes to attack, its head shrinks 3 sizes and its limbs lengthen 3 sides to ruin the attack. What? Goes to fire him, goes to shoot me with its beam rifle, somehow shoots 3 missiles instead.
How are you doing this? New type, son!
And I am glad I'll get Ryusuke Armstrong back into meme status.
Oh, that reminds me, because I did play through that again recently, and yes, it's really good. So I was thinking to myself the other day, I was like, Revengeance's writing is actually pretty good. It's one of the more coherent ones in the series. I wonder why. I can tell you
until
why.
Armstrong opens. Before 2016, I'd have said, yeah, until Armstrong opens his fucking mouth and says literally anything. And then, well, we did elect Armstrong. Well, I say
a man who, well, no,
Uh,
Trump is the man Armstrong, Armstrong is the man Trump thinks he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or wishes he was.
But, the reason why it's more coherent is because it wasn't written by Kojima.
What you're saying is that Trump wishes he was impaled vigorously by a little twink boy. Gotcha.
Yes, but anyway, yeah, it wasn't written by Kojima. That's the whole premise of this. That's the reason why it's better written than, you know, most shit that Kojima's written. Because he didn't write it. That's it. That was the gag. It's time to leave.
This